Hi, boys and girls. Did you know that when I was a little girl, we didn't have televisions and we didn't have computers? But what we did have was a storybook. And every night it was so special when I went to bed. My mother and my father would read us a story and we say nursery rhymes together. I love the nursery rhymes because the words were kind of silly and fun. So we're going to do a nursery rhyme today about an egg. Yep, it's Humpty Dumpty. You knew that, didn't you? So if you make a fist with your hand, that will be your egg, and then hold out your other palm, that will be the wall, and you can put your Humpty Dumpty on the wall, and you can say the nursery rhyme with me, or sing it. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Sing it again with me this time. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Your turn to do it all alone. All alone. Well, there was one thing that I didn't like about that nursery rhyme, Humpty Dumpty, and that was because he fell apart. But I've got another verse to that rhyme about some good children like you that I think you'll like. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. But the good children got some tape and some glue, and they fiddled and they faddled till he looked like new. Then they carefully placed him back on the wall and said, Humpty Dumpty, please don't fall. And I like that because it talks about some good children like you who try to put things back together and make things right. You know, when you look at different nursery rhyme books, Humpty Dumpty looks different. They're different illustrations. And I just have a few just to show you how different he looks. And sometimes it's just black and white. And sometimes he looks silly like this. And what's nice about illustrations is you can be an illustrator and you can make your Humpty Dumpty any way you want. One thing that if you get your teacher to cut out some ovals, you can decorate the ovals to look like Humpty Dumpty. And then if you tear them apart, you can make a puzzle, and then you can glue the puzzle back together just like the children in the rhyme. Another thing I like to do with Humpty Dumpty is make a puppet. So again, you just take an oval and you can decorate it any way you want. When you get finished, if you tape it to a straw or a craft stick, you have a little puppet. And then you can play a game like Simon Says with Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty says, can you put me under your chin? Humpty Dumpty says, can you put me on your shoulder? Humpty Dumpty says, can you put me behind you? And you can do all sorts of different things with Humpty Dumpty. Well, thank you for saying the rhyme with me today, but it's time for me to go. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. It is time to say goodbye. Give a smile and wink your eye. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. Goodbye, friends. Have a great day.